Because the marshals were just taking it for funsies. Nothing's really written that we could or couldn't.
Left.
I was trying to the suspect off at any bun, so I imagine he's probably just going to drop him off somewhere. Doesn't look like they're close friends, so we can still keep code 60, might catch him.
How you doing, sir?
Yeah,
Hello. Are you here for the car photo shoot?
Looking for his car.
Yep, absolutely. But first and foremost, sir, you're gonna be detained at this time.
What? Why?
Do you have a weapon on your person?
I have some knuckles. The guy over there was beating me up. Yeah.
I got you. Do you have a pistol by any chance?
We were chasing someone who decided to run from a bench trial.
All right. I'm just gonna ask you to stand up here. Just put your hands in the air. I'm just gonna be patting you down because I thought I saw you holding the gun right here.
I'm gonna go clear the area over here by the photo shoot.
All right. All right, sir. Just gonna go ahead and just pat you down. Just put your hands up for me.
You said you thought I was holding a gun?
Yes, that is correct.
Oh, well.
Well, I mean, if I frisk you, you ain't gonna have one, right? Mm-hmm. Turn around for me, sir.
I don't think you saw me holding a gun.
Okay, might be the case. All right, let me frisk you right quick. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna take my glove over here. All right. Okay, fantastic. Sir, what is this large bulge I'm going to be feeling on the left-hand side pocket?
Well, geez, I've got a ton of stuff in my pockets. I've got I got a wrench. I got a camera for the photo shoot here.
What do I feel this like large bulge just over on this left-hand side?
That'd be a wrench.
Okay, I'm going to be reaching into your pocket and only pulling out the wrench here.
Okay.
All right. Oops. Wait, what the fuck? All right, here we go. Did you just do something with the wrench?
Oh, I put it on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I thought you pulled it out.
No.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and frisking you again.
All right.
All right, I feel another bulge right here. I'm going to be frisking the left-hand pocket. What am I feeling right here, sir?
You might be feeling a camera.
Okay, I'm going to just go ahead, reach in there and see if I can find a camera. All right. All right, fantastic. Let's go ahead and frisk you again. All right. All right, fantastic. Hey, Maxwell, I'm gonna need just one more down here. All right, fantastic. All right, let's go frisk you one more time. I've taken the camera out. I've taken the wrench out. Let's go ahead. All right, there we go. Okay, sir. What am I feeling over here? Got another bulge right there.
Well, geez, I don't know what would be causing the bulge. I got some brass knuckles in there.
Okay.
Told you, I got a lot of stuff in my pockets.
All right. Let me just stick my hand in here. Oh, there we go. I feel a repair kit. Oh, okay. I found a lawn chair and another knuckle dusters. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's go frisky another time here. All right. Oh, okay. All right, sir. What else do you got on your person? I'm gonna be. What else you got in there? Let me stick my hand in. Let me see. What do we got? All right. It looks like you got a joint.
Yeah,
All
I got
right.
some joints. I got some.
Very good. All right. All right, sir. I'm going to be digging my hand and conducting a full search on your person. And I'm going to be relieving you of this deagle, the 209 bags of weed, the 6,400 rolled, plus the other bits of rolled, and the joint. And what I'm and the Deagle
when did you
magazine.
see me with a gun? Because I just got here before you rolled up.
I can explain all that in just a moment. Is your radio on?
My radio is on.
All right, let me check the radio channel right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be placing you in cuffs at this time.
Oh, well, kind of sucked that you were checking that while I was... Never mind.
I'm going to be placing you in cuffs at this time.
No, don't worry about it.
All right. We're just be grabbing your left hand, your right hand, and throwing you into cuffs. Sir, at this time, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do will be used against you in a court of law, and the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you by the state if one is available. Do you understand your rights as they've been read to you today?
Yep.
All right. Were you holding the gun out when you were up against the corner right over here?
No, I was not.
All right. Well, it's a little unfortunate. Were you holding anything?
No, I was not.
Well, that's very interesting. So what happened back here? What happened with all these individuals?
All those individuals out front?
Yes.
They got into a car accident and started attacking me in Pockets.
Okay.
I ended up...
And Pockets.
I ended up
Pockets
with,
over here?
Pockets was over here.
He's there. He just pulled up and was
I got you.
beating up locals right now.
Officer that's on scene by Fudge Lane. Have Pockets step down and just detain him if you can. Call one additional 77. We got a pause on a bunch of drugs. All right. Were you selling drugs down here?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And
I mean,
I thought this was a photo shoot.
Well, I mean, at this point, I mean, obviously, I think you're aware I was selling drugs.
Yes. Okay. And is Pocket selling drugs with you?
I don't know. You'd have to check with Pockets on that.
I got you. All right. Okay.
I don't think so because he just left.
I got you. All right. I'm going to go ahead and GSR test you. Are you sure you haven't fired this gun today?
Yep.
All right. Take a little look here real quick.
Hey, Herman, I'm the only one on scene right now. I have 2 individuals on the bike and 1 inside.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach back in your pockets here. I'm going to be giving you back the the 2 tool sets, the camera, and the lawn chair. The wrench and the knuckle dusters, you're going to receive these back once you have been processed. And are there, I'm going to be taking this radio off you temporarily, and I'm going to take a look at it one more time here. What was it? 430.
Dot 4.
430.4. Okay. Just bear with me real quick. 430.4. Hello? Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hey, where are you?
Radio check.
10-2.
Units that were chasing Pockets, did we swap channel, or are we still on channel 1?
No, we lost him almost immediately. Like, he might have gone on the hill or he went on the Capitol.
We need units back on scene, if possible.
We're above you.
Oh, beautiful. All right. There may be folks coming back. His radio was active. So if you can just watch my back as I check everything real quick.
Do you guys need additional 77s or no?
I think 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
give him a couple more nights. Sorry.
I'd say 3 units total should suffice.
Okay. Okay. So 3 more. That scout that's on the entrance of the car park. Can you go up the hill to the north of Stantia to see if Pockets is hiding in those trees?
All right, we'll leave this here.
442.
That Evers?
Sir, does this thing have a trunk over here?
No, it does not.
It does not?
Box.
And Max,
All right.
just go
Yeah,
up the hill.
DJ.
Yeah.
Repeat it. I don't think he heard you.
Yeah, we lost sight of him so quickly. If he was anywhere, he'd be up that hill.
Hey, for
To your left, TJ, where the trees are. Like on the other side of the road.
Here.
Yep.
I found 100 bags of weed in a dumpster, and I found 3. Wait, and I found 3 gun magazines in another one.
Oh my
Still
God.
good with ammo.
And Pockets, I could have sworn I heard him on radio, but I'm not 100% certain.
They're driving
But
the same
he said,
4-wheeler type things too, by the way.
yeah, he said Pockets was with him.
Yes.
So Pockets is probably pushing with him as
Yeah.
well.
He left as soon as they tried to detain him. So who's
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my! Holy fuck! Holy fuck! Oh, okay. This is yesterday. I pulled Pockets and this guy over when they were hopping fences by a house he used to own, and they got fucking triggered. Like they were pissed when we did a normal traffic stop. I think I know where they're stashing all their shit.
It's back coming behind you, Maxwell. Careful.
Me with the camera again.
Yeah, okay. The 2 units that were up on that hill come back down to the original scene. Pockets is on
We
the.
can throw 3 on them if needed.
Yeah. I need those 2 units to come back down.
Oh my God, bro! Bro, yesterday! Do you remember when we pulled him over and then he showed up?
Quickly. I know. I need both. Yeah. Get on him. He's already fled.
Yep.
You don't need an EPC more than that. You get him off that. When
You're
you have 3
good.
units
I bet
around
he.
him, box him in,
I bet he
get a,
dumped it.
Tase him off the club bike.
So yesterday, me and
This is
Frost.
probably his bags in the trash can. 100
I agree.
bags.
We'll
Yeah.
fingerprint.
I'll fingerprint it. Yeah.
Oh my God, Maxwell. Yesterday, me.
Can you just watch me? Listen, I got PTSD.
Yeah.
Somebody threw a
Yeah. I got you.
Shop on the intersection of El Rancho and Innocence Boulevard.
All right, sir. I'm gonna give you one last look over, and then I'm gonna throw you in the back of the vehicle here.
On the channel for now, if we
All right.
need you to move
All right. Take a
Affirm,
look.
secondary, considering northbound Alicia Fields Freeway crossing
Oh
over
my
for
God,
travel.
chat! Holy fucking shit!
Traffic is light. Continuing northbound, taking the off-road
right.
cut eastbound, going to be approaching Mirror
All
Park.
right, fantastic. All right, sir, I'm gonna be placing you at the back of this vehicle. Watch your head.
Left northbound El Rancho Boulevard, then right U-turning southbound off-road towards the freeway.
All right.
Are you moving him, Knight, or what? Are you just keep him secure in there?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep him secure, and then I'm gonna get him down to the station.
Okay. Do you need anywhere else checked or no?
I checked all these dumpsters so you guys know, and then yeah.
Let me, McClellan, come over here. I'm gonna give you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because you were
here,
mentioning
come with
something
me.
on the radio.
Oh, 704 has visual.
Wait right there.
There's Elysian Fields or El Rancho Boulevard.
Hop in, hop in.
Side and northbound through the parking lot.
Yeah, you said you pulled him over.
So you're turning back to the same thing you just
Yes.
said. Southbound on
Take
the
a
hill towards El
look
Rancho, jumping down.
here.
Oh, I'm gonna be flipped.
This alleyway
He's northbound El Rancho
and this house.
towards Mirror Park.
This alleyway and this house. And I would check who owns those properties.
You went left. Westbound.
The one on the corner
San Andreas
of
Avenue.
Lawrence and McDonald Street.
Yes.
The alleyway?
Yeah.
Is there any
Are you
in the alleyway
UC
specifically?
sorted?
No, I'm not. No.
DP, last team westbound.
Let's chill. We'll do it afterwards.
I mean, I have a head on my shoulders. Knight. I know how to fucking go in and out
Okay,
areas.
easy. I think we need to find out who
property on
owns
the
those
corner.
properties on that
What's
entire
the one
like
in the
block.
street? Okay, you just want to know what on that block who owns what?
Yeah, the Ray Lowenstein and McDonald's corner houses.
Okay, I can figure that out.
Easy. All right.
I'll figure that out and let you know.
Awesome. Thank you.
Ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Triple 2 code 6 southbound, Popular Street.
And I would done. Any evidence?
I've got it. We're good.
Okay.
We're ready to. No, there's no like. We're good.
All right, gotcha.
Thank you, Bubba.
All right, no problem.
All right. 49576. Mission PD 195.
Yeah, sorry, I pulled up.
All right, Keith, once again, at this time, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do will be used against you in a court of law. Right to an attorney. You cannot afford an attorney. One will be provided for you by the state if one is available. The arrestable offense going to be the possession of a tampered firearm as well as criminal transaction of a scheduled drug.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a lawyer.
Okay, absolutely. Any particular one you'd like to?
Did we get a plate on that 4-wheeler that was leaving the area?
Any particular lure?
I don't have it.
I haven't been
Somebody
awake
get the
very
plate of
long.
the
I'm
one
not sure
that's
who's
there
awake.
behind the tattoo shop, please.
No, it's if there's anyone available,
Okay.
if Roman's available, I'll take Roman.
Roman
has his
is
bar.
a magistrate.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
Sorry, Tim.
That asshole. All right.
Which tattoo shop, Captain Maxwell?
Oh, sorry, the
Alright.
Innocence going to Sustancia right
Here's
there,
what
where
we'll
we just have
do.
that
We'll get you
34-year-old.
into an interrogation
picture of it
room,
and
get
the
you
plate,
nice
that'd
and
be great,
comfy,
thank you. Just for-
and
yeah.
I will find you a lawyer, sir. All right. Awesome. Watch your head.
Okay, I'm gonna run up to scanner.
Night dispatch. Thank you for your help today.
Have a good one, guys, and stay safe. Night.
Oh my, bro. All right. What I'm going to do is when I get you in here, I'm just going to go upstairs and just see. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to the wrench and the knuckle dusters because you did mention that you utilize those in order to take out the locals. Those.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had the knuckle dusters out. Yeah.
Okay. What we can do is, depending on how this goes, I will, once you get out of prison, I will, hand those back to you.
All right. I also,
cuffed
I
here
don't
to
know
the
if you
chair?
can check the logs with Nurse Joy. I had just returned from the hospital right before you guys showed up
Have a
from
seat.
the incident with the
Night, that's
local.
your
What do you mean?
The local, because of the fight with the locals, I had to go to the hospital. I had a broken leg and I was bleeding. Nurse Joy treated me. I rode my quad back to
Okay, we'll have a chat
the
about
spot.
that.
Yeah,
Have the chat
no,
about
I
that
just
shortly.
I just wasn't sure if you had to get anything from Nurse Joy.
It depends. It depends.
Okay.
All right, just have a seat. We'll be right back.
Yep.
Hey, Maxwell.
Do you want them to impound his 4-wheeler thingy? ATV?
Nah.
Or just leave it? Okay.
Nah. Oh my God! Look at that. That's fucking police work. That's fuck. Okay, I am telling you right now, Maxwell. Me and Frost
You put up a report?
accidentally
Yeah.
found these guys' stash house. I am telling you right now.
Okay.
I am
Do you have a
telling
report
you
up
right
or no?
now. No, listen. They fucking.
No, I mean from this one, so I can tell them to put the pictures in.
Yeah. Let me throw it up. Okay, it's called Marijuana Bad. Come on.
All right. 100 bags. No fingerprints. No fingerprints on the bags.
I've got DNA on his wrench too. Okay. You have no fingerprints on the bags? I feel like I've never seen
None.
fingerprints on the
I have.
bags.
I have.
Really?
But if-
I think
but if
it's
they've been-
only if you put it on the ground, though.
I think you might be right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the shitty thing.
Does he? There were
honestly,
fingerprints on the magazines, but they're not hitting. There's no hit.
I would.
Magazines have some prints that are a little worn.
I'd say of the things that you found, not the end of the world, because this guy's already had 209 on him, and he's got 8,000 rolled and said he was selling drugs.
Ooh. Okay.
So he said that under Miranda.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Yep.
No worries. Okay, so I'm just gonna put him in that report and just put that we can't charge him with it, but we can just put that, they were found in the vicinity. This comes back to Pineapple Express or strain Sandgrass. What is your strain?
Just so you know what we're doing. The two properties that we're looking at, myself and Opal are going to go into plain clothes. We're just going to check the properties to the grocery side, just so I can get an idea, so I can count the properties instead of walking up to them. Because
absolutely.
Yeah, one of the ones you want to look at has somebody outside it, so just so I can get an idea of what one it is. I can count up and then figure out. Just
Beautiful.
So it's the one on Royal Scene and then the one on Bro, right? The two corner ones?
No. I would say it's going to be any property that is in the Broge to Lowenstein to McDonald's. That whole square.
That little square. Do you want to find out who owns those properties?
Yeah. I'd say the northern half of the Broge, Carson, Ray Lowenstein, McDonald's
so
square.
That little alleyway on the Brogue Street, Brogue Street McDonald's, you see that little alleyway that cuts half of it off?
Both sides.
Yeah.
Both sides of that.
Both sides, north side of that.
Yes. Because I'll give you the background.
And see if we can do it.
I'll give you the background is that we saw pockets recklessly driving and then pull into there, and I was like, that's hella sus. So I doubled back and he frantically reverses out, scoops around a corner, and then parks at one of the corner houses. So I turned on my sirens and I pulled him over. He got really upset. He's like, why are you pulling me over? I'm like, sir, I mean, do you own that house right there? It looks like you're canvassing a property to rob. And which I'm well in my rights. So you know what I'm saying?
100%.
And he says it's not my property. And so there you go. And when we started questioning him, he was getting so absolutely upset, pulling the board card. I ripped him a new one for that. And then this guy we just arrested came in that very vehicle. Pockets called him, came in this very vehicle and was trying to interject into the traffic stop. So
his plate,
his
plate comes back to the 34 call for that area at night.
Does it?
Keith.
Yes.
What's his full name? Just so I know. The guy you guys have at the moment.
Keith.
Who is it?
I don't know his last name. He has the bunny ears, the pink. When you put in Keith. Wait, what the fuck's his name? Hold on. Sorry. I'll tell you right now, Keith Herman.
Herman.
Yep, that's him.
Okay.
I grabbed the 34 call. The 34 call comes back to Pocket's vehicle.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll have a look at those properties.
I'll add that to the report.
See if there's anything that comes back to clown affiliation, and I'll let you know. Okay.
I did look up Pockets. He's got Southside Strawberry Avenue, which I don't think is, it's
a little bit away from the area we're looking at, yeah.
And then Keith Herman doesn't have any either. So it's probably...
It'll be somebody clean, or it'll be somebody related to the clowns.
Or they're dumping... They might be doing drug drop-offs somewhere. You know what I mean?
Dead drops in bushes.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, this is Sandgrass, Maxwell. I'd say we hit him with that Sandgrass.
Same, it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, 100%. It's in the vicinity of a drug call that he's admitted to. It's tucked away in a thing. I'm 100% going to push as if it says. You know what I mean? The DNA is irrelevant because it's not conclusive. It's in the area of the drug sales. It's the same strain. He would need to produce who did it effectively. He needs an affirmative defense as to how this is not his. Yeah.
I'll leave you guys to that. I'll go check those
right.
properties. Also, Brian, there's probably something I ran into earlier that you might be a little bit interested in.
Yeah.
Just it's a whole thing. So if you have time, I'll probably run back into you.
Okay.
And
Easy.
Okay.
All right. Easy. All right.
But I'll find out about this and I'll let you know. Okay.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'm comfortable with it. I mean, it won't matter ultimately because he's well above
the same schedule. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But like, let's say he had much less. The reason why I would push it is because it's like it's right there. It was in those trash cans up against the tattoo shop, right?
Right.
Yeah. So it's.
This could have been Pockets too. Like he had his own on him, and Pockets was selling from the dumpster.
I would agree with that. It could be. Yeah, you're right. But he'd have to give up Pockets for that. Oh my God. I can't believe.
That's what happens when you pay attention. Yeah.
I saw a gun. I was pretty sure I saw a gun. I mean, is it possible it wasn't? Sure, but you know, it is what it is.
I don't know if he still understands that you still have the right to detain and frisk him because you were what you were responding to,
32
right?
32 call. He said he just fucking destroyed some people before, you know. So yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Man, I needed that, Maxwell, after the fucking.
Good catch. Good catch.
Yeah. Okay. Contracts advice. All right. Fantastic. All right. Oh, give me just one sec. Yep. Do you want to join me in interrogation?
I'm coming. I was just adding this.
Yep. The only lawyer is going to be Silas Moreno. Would you like him?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, give me just one sec.
Hello.
How are you doing, Mr. Moreno? I have a individual down here looking for legal representation. It is a Keith Herman. Are you interested?
Yeah, this MRPD.
Yes.
Yeah, I could be there in like 5 minutes tops.
Awesome. All right, just give me a call once you're near. At the back. Let me know when you're in the back.
Yeah, I got you. All right, bye-bye.
Bye. All right. I don't know why he just gave up.
Well, maybe he's having a bad day.
I think, unfortunately, he was probably under that. Well, I didn't have a gun out, had this other thing out, which might be true, but you know, I don't know what to tell you. Like, is he gonna submit his security camera on the corner? Like shit.
I added. Whose DNA is this? 7. Yeah, his DNA is in the street next to the beat up locals too, Mr. Herman's.
Was it? So what do we call that?
Beating up locals?
He said he had the brass knuckles out.
It's not illegal to have brass knuckles out.
It is. It's brandishing a non-firearm.
Well, we didn't see it though, right? I mean, he did admit to it. I guess.
I thought I saw a gun. I mean, he can claim the other one.
Oh,
but...
so you're saying he had them out in front of you? I thought you meant when he was beating up the locals.
What?
Was he under oath when he said it though?
Yeah, but I thought I saw a gun. I mean, we'll suss that out afterwards, I guess. Transaction of drugs, engaging in the transaction, controlled substance not prescribed.
There was a drug call. Why? Did you just notice him and that's what you saw, or did
I saw the drug call. I saw all the bodies on the ground.
So you responded to the drug call first. Got it.
And then I slowly inched up, and that's when I believed I saw a gun in his right hand. Right. And as we inched up, he kind of like turned around again. Now, could it have been something else? Yeah. Sure. I thought I saw a gun. That's why I initiated the frisk, which he complied to. The frisk, we slowly kind of pulled through it. He claimed it was something else. But, you know, that frisk ultimately produced a firearm. But the frisk was in conjunction with the gun, the bodies. We can't just assume, like, you know.
Point, yeah.
It's only $6,000 for criminal transaction of drugs. Wait, why are all these charges all low all of a sudden?
Because everything was rolled back.
Wait, what do you mean?
Because they weren't changed the proper way, so everything got rolled back. I think there was an
What?
announcement about it.
Oh my god. Brian.
Hey, it's Silas. I'm at the back.
All right. Right this way.
Sure thing.
All right, Mr. Moreno, I'm going to be taking everything off your person right over here.
Sure thing. Stuffing it in this locker, right?
Yep. There it is.
All right. There you
go. Your client is saying, at minimum, possession of a tampered firearm, which is a Desert Eagle, and criminal transaction of a scheduled drug, yada, yada, yada. He's already admitted to selling drugs, so pretty open and shut. You know,
sure.
Yep. If he is willing to give us information, credible, verifiable information, we can contemplate looking at some sort of negotiation. But outside of that, this is sort of open and shut. So.
Okay, so just the two charges, the possession of a tampered and...
I believe we just got to look through some things, run the firearm and all that.
Sure, yeah.
So...
Feel free to take your time with that. I will connect with him in here, and if anything changes, just let us know. Otherwise, I'll hit the button on the table to call you back in.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, the button that's connected to 311, right?
Yeah. That
awesome. Thank you.
Sweet. Alrighty, Keith.
All right.
My name's Silas.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go for those charges. What else do we have for drugs? 16 minutes, chat! Do we have any other drug charges? Is it just criminal transaction?
Criminal transaction, and then there's the schedules.
Oh, felony possession with intent. Wait,
Wait, what are you adding?
Well, take a look at offenses against public health and morals. Felony possession with intent to distribute. And then there's criminal transaction of drugs. Why is transaction less than criminal possession with intent to distribute? Are we supposed to add both?
I do not think we've
And what
added
is
both.
a lot?
Okay, let me read this. Okay, it's a pattern of behavior, though. So how many times have we caught this guy selling drugs?
Let's take a look. Third-degree possession of drugs, one-time criminal transaction of drugs. First-degree possession of Schedule 3. You can see how often. I don't mind, like, not giving him that bigger charge. Just this one time, and then really warrant apprehension for Keith resisting arrest, bench trial stemming from 15040, cash exchange, Molly, TRT op apprehension of pockets. Ooh, him and pockets pretty close. It looks like it's been a while, like weed sales back in December, so like I'm kind of okay with not pushing it, but I'm going to do a tactic. Watch this. Hey, real quick, knock, 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 knock. Can I come in?
Yeah, come on in.
Just real quick. Based on some of the history here, I do see that we may be leaning against criminal. Jesus fucking Christ! I hate this little system we got here. The felony possession with intent to distribute, which is a significantly higher charge than criminal transaction of drugs. This is a consequence of his past incidents in which he was charged with possession of marijuana, transaction of marijuana, etc., thus creating effectively a pattern. However, given that I myself personally have not witnessed it, this is not necessarily a route I want to pursue if we get some compliance and he's willing to work with us. So
those past incidents, did he plead guilty to? Was he found guilty in a court of law, or was it?
We can deep dive into it, but I think the necessity of doing that, I think it's for me a lot more reasonable for some sort of compliance. Not expecting him to, like, you know, out where the drugs are coming from or tell us how often he's doing it, but we're looking for some kind of cooperation and understanding that this is not the behavior we'd like to see Mr. Keith Herman continuing down, right? So consider it like a goodwill gesture if he's willing to renounce his ways. All right. I'll leave you with your client.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, let me continue our conversation. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. I didn't think I was going to have to do this, but I think we might have to ACR the chief of EMS.
Wait, why?
They then said they admitted to over-exaggerating their injury.
Can't talk here.
To waste time.
Well, oh.
So I arrested them.
Hey guys, that was really good.
Hey guys,
Oh.
we got the addresses that you guys want.
Yeah,
See
we
what
got
the chief
two
of EMS
properties.
just twatted?
Wait.
No.
I was just trying to phone with her.
About
is it?
Is that why she twatted? LSPD scares me sometimes. She's the chief of
Oh
EMS.
yeah, I was talking to her about licking Turner's pink ring.
Okay.
Okay.
Not a good time.
We got the names of the two people that own the properties on both corners of Brogue and Rolloinstein. One's Bruce Baylor, and who is the other one?
Lucas Rain.
Lucas Rain. Bruce Baylor, previous affiliations
Baylor.
with like Cyprus and stuff, has a lot of vehicles.
Oof.
No, like he's tagged Cyprus gang. The other person is a pure civilian.
He's not. He's.
Ooh, what's the other guy's name?
Well, just based off his profile.
What's the other guy's name though?
Lucas Rain. LUCAS or AINE. 15861.
Why does Lucas Rain sound very familiar?
It does a little bit. I'm not sure.
I think he's.
What if he's the stash guy?
I don't know for sure if it was those corner houses. I think it could be any of the houses, like in that vicinity.
He has a Varus as well. Varus, the same thing that the Pockets and what's his name have. I know it's an ATV, anybody could have it, but he has one too. More recently.
10 minutes, Chad. Keep it
going.
going.
At least like every once in a while, just have a look, stick it out, see who's going in and out.
But like we have the way the numbers go from which way we looked at it. So in theory, we could get all the names. Who owns those properties.
How do you do that?
I have tax records for the county.
For
February and January, and so I looked at that. We checked; it still matches. I could probably get like more accurate ones, like for last month and this month.
That would be really good.
So I just looked at the two southern houses on both sides, and just see which way the numbers went. If it was decreasing or increasing, and then was able to find out if it was like, 11 to like 6, or if it was 11 to like 15. So it was kind of to get an idea of which way the numbers went.
I asked Pot. You know what's funny is Pockets when he rolled up out because I shoot the shit with him sometimes. I'm like, what are you doing over here, Pockets? You live here now? This was before I knew he was related to what we were dealing with. He's like, no, why? And I was like, well, I don't know. Like, I've never seen you over here before. It's like, do you live here now? He's like, no. I'm like, he's like, I was just
been.
He said he was just
selling there,
passing through. He said he was just passing through. So it's kind of funny.
No,
was
no,
getting-
clowns sell weed there. That's where they sell weed. Yeah, I've got them there like months ago, and they're always around the area, so they sell weed. Right there,
3 mags that I found in the dumpster they're not a hit for DNA. Then the baggies are the same strain as what Mr. Keith was carrying.
I'm gonna go
100
run
bags.
these guns real quick. I love patrol, dude. 15475. So annoying, this thing. That was the wrench. Oh my God, it didn't even save the fucking Keith Herman. Keith Herman. Criminal transaction. Weed. 5 minutes, chat. It is coming real goddamn close. What we'll do is we can pause at 5 minutes, and as soon as we charge this guy, we'll swap on over. This is the knuckle dusters. Grab this one. Here we go, Deagle. And boom, boom. It's clean. No one does drugs anymore? I mean, the thing is, like, how are you going to do drugs if no one's patrolling? You know what I mean?
Retail ones on the front. So the ones that face the
gas station.
besides one, there's one that faces the VU on the inside. The rest.
He's
okay.
Silas is ready.
Okay.
All right. How we doing in here?
Hey, Brian. So at this time, we would like to formally request a bench trial for this matter.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful.
Let me get that set up and hang tight for me.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to leave you guys in here while we finish up the work, and then we will go ahead and request it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yep. Chat, this is the end of Brian right here.
Do you want to go back out here?
We're going to be out 5 minutes. Bench trial. That's going to run that timer up, boys. That's going to run that timer out.
So he's going to go for the defense of
It
didn't have enough to even
he
frisk
literally
him.
said,
I know. That's what he's going to go for, though.
He literally said he stole fucking drugs.
I know.
So let's finish these up. 07, boys.
Let me...
Okay, I'm gonna say something that's kind of shitty. I do not have time for a bench drop. I need to get out of here. So
and
do we
you
want
fucking
to?
think that I do?
No, that's kind of. So wait, what do we do in this situation?
I've been yawning for like ever. So do we think number one? We could ask Opal and fucking McQuillan to take it over.
No. I mean, so what do we do? Do we release and
We could do
catch them
that
again?
Or we can do the bail thing.
Wait, what is it?
Enhanced bail. He doesn't get charged now, but he can be released on enhanced bail.
You're gonna have to explain. This is some new stuff for me.
Under legislation, so we can basically get approval to release him on bail. So that during that time, he can post to the docket, and then we can go to a proper trial. Bail request process. The process eligibility criteria.
Coming in with the
bail
20.
Privilege. Must
Oh
obtain
my
a lawyer,
God, the
bank
savior!
Balance. Okay, we got to check their bank balance, and they have 72 hours to post it. I don't know if this would qualify though.
I could probably handle this.
Yeah.
I'd probably handle this.
Uphold, but we could do this if we wanted to. For reasons. I mean, if we start the process of requesting a lawyer or a judge now, we got to start the timer anyway, right?
So like, how does this work with all the changes? Do we request it now while we're putting everything together, or?
I would request it now and let them know it's going to take us this much time to finish putting it together first.
Okay. Yep. All right. That works.
But at least that still starts the, I don't think it'll take us that long to put it together. We're just doing 2 statements. It's not that complicated, this report, right?
Let me see. Do I just call a judge first?
Oh, you're supposed to put it in the FOIA or the channel, the DOJ
I don't
channel,
call
so it's
one?
documented. No.
What the fuck?
No, it's got to be documented in the judge channel. Email stuff.
God, fucking this guy said he did it all. Where do I put this? Oh, the PD, DSA, DOJ.
Yes, and then just at the judge, and then post a photo of their charges.
Requesting
a bench trial.
Requesting.
I don't think we really need time
trial.
to prepare it, right? We're just going to type a statement.
Minutes to. Yes. I'm going to say 20 minutes. That should be enough. Knight and Maxwell. We're patrolling Rancho Boulevard. And you put the photos in there. Let me take a sec and see.
Yeah, I still need to put one of the fingerprints on.
Yep.
Got out of order a little bit, but.
Getting all of those sorted.
No fingerprints on the baggies in the dumpster. But,
sorted now.
I even fingerprinted the mags found as well. I think I'm gonna go grab a better photo of that location, actually.
Yeah, I would get a photo of where the
dumpster and where he was.
Do you wait? This isn't the drug call, by the way. The right drug call was on El Rancho, right?
No, this comes back to Pockets versus Virus, whatever.
Yeah, but look at the location.
Is it not? That's it.
Oh, is it?
Innocence to Sustancia. Yes, that is exactly it. That's right in. That is the tattoo building.
Oh, perfect.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Tattoo building. Off Innocence. No, Rancho Boulevard. As night moved. I'm just going to go with the criminal transaction and the tampered firearm. All right. There we go. It's moved towards. A trail of dead locals. Locals on the ground. Night approached. Lights and sirens off. How do you pronounce? How do you spell assailant?
ASSAIL. I'm sorry, ASSAILANT.
Assailant. Against the wall. Beef.
He asked if we were there for the photo shoot, right? Photo shoot.
Correct. Doing a photo shoot, and that the locals were trying to attack him. We had knuckle dusters out. Night. Frisk. Keith. Did you get a photo of the locals, or did they get swept up?
1 second. I have a DNA photo. Hold on.
In the
photo of his DNA in the road. I'll add that right now. There's locals.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, whoa. All
right, I added a photo.
That's what I'm saying. Night, guys.
Good night.
Have a good night.
You guys have trial. Good night.
Do 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 do. A call coming from the area in which there is a pattern indicating sales.
I can't remember if he was attacking the locals. The locals were attacking
itself.
him.
Correct. Yep.
I'm tired. It's hard. All right.
A pool.
And say that locals are attacking him.
Feel free to take a look at how I'm breaking it all down. We had 3 different reasons for frisk.
Mm-hmm.
Whom
Pool of dead locals whom
indication of
attacking him. Mm-hmm.
Fires.
See, and I missed the part where he was holding a weapon.
Indicated a few things of note. A bulge.
I don't know why you're numbering things in a statement. You're crazy.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, we don't normally do that.
Maybe we should.
Yeah. Well, I know we can't do. Well, I know we can't do bullet point statements. That's for sure.
Who said who?
A long time ago, that was a big no-no. Not even a long
Why?
time.
What the fuck?
Because it leaves out a lot of when you're
Oh, if it's like a bullet. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, but the numbers and bullet points are, checkpoint. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
A Digo was enough for the rest in this. Bags of and rolled up. Oh shit! Let them
big
know.
Courtroom, they said.
Yeah.
The judge said big courtroom.
Easy. Could you let him know? I'm just finishing up my report. Search found bags of marijuana and rolled up bills. Keith was placed into cuffs for arrest.
I don't think I'm gonna last through the bench.
Wait, no worries. I got you.
What else do you need from me though? I'm gonna go take a picture of the area where I found the stuff in the dumpster.
Yes,
and where
please.
you're standing.
Yep.
I'm gonna go do that now. Go to channel 4. Go to channel 4.
Yep, we'll do. Right. Yep. You guys good in here?
Yeah, believe we are good to go.
Beautiful. Just give us 5 minutes, and we're gonna get you guys over to the courtroom.
If you have any food for my client, I think he is getting pretty hungry.
I do not. How bad are you right now?
I will make it to court at least for sure.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Just hang tight for me.
Yeah.
All right. So found by the rolled up bills. Keith was placed into the cup for arrest. He was then Mirandized. He stated that he was indeed was selling drugs, and that we had been with him. Night.
Aphrodite.
Hey, Aphrodite, how you doing?
Good. How are you today, Knight?
I'm setting up for a case right now. I got to go to court.
I'm so sorry. I will go ahead and let you take care of that.
No worries. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right. You be safe now. Good luck. Bye-bye.
You take care. Bye. All right. All right. Let me go ahead and throw you into cuffs real quick.
All right.
Easy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you here for just a second. We get Mr. Silas over here, his things, and then we're going to get you driven right on up. All right. Silas,
Okay,
right this
good.
way.
Yep. Thank you. I'll see you at court, Mr. Herman.
Yep, I'll be there.
Okay.
Hang on. Hello?
Hey, I can hear you. It's going to be right over
I
here.
got a picture of where he was standing, like where his vehicle is parked, and then
Thank you.
the dumpsters that the items were found in.
Beautiful. And can you get the alleyway as well?
He was
Like the
where
front
he
of
was at.
the shop. Awesome. Right this
Like
way.
from, you want me to stand on the street view?
Yeah, kind of where all the, with all the people there. All the dead people. All right. We'll see you right over there, sir.
They came and cleaned
Alrighty,
them up.
thank you.
But in the one photo I posted, there is the DNA photo. You'll see that there's an individual and a bunch of crashed out cars in that photo. That's the one I took earlier.
Wait, which one is it? What's the label called?
Car's an injured man. The last photo put in, last photo.
Oh, perfect. All right. I'm going to have Keith. I'm going to come over from the front garage if you want to come grab it. Right this way, Mr. Keith. All right. I'm going to see if we can get some food for us at the courthouse.
Yeah, I know I'm fine for now, but during the trial, I'll pass out if I don't eat something.
Yep, understandable. Yep, I need some food myself. All right.
It's one of those days. It's been one of those weeks. I guess they earn you earn tickets now from working at the booth, so I think more people are going to be doing it.
Really? That's good.
Yeah. Finally, some changes.
All right.
You want to come up with one?
Ooh, earn one for this?
Oh, not for this. No, there's a bunch of other things happening.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right.
Oh, do you want me to? You want to take my car?
Yeah, we'll take your car. We'll throw them in. Boom, boom.
I'll give you keys.
Oh, actually, Where's the other one?
You parked it in the
I'll
garage.
grab that afterwards.
Yeah.
You want to drive or you want me to drive?
I need to throw this in evidence real quick.
All right, I'll wait right here. I'm gonna finish up this report.
Okay. All right, give me 2 seconds then.
So indicate. Oh, could you see if there's food inside?
Yep.
He also indicated pockets had been with him when asked. In said sales
No food. I'll have to get somebody to drop some off. Whoopsie. That'll buff out.
Surely.
Knight, I'm giving you the keys and only you. Here you go. Perfect.
Thank you.
Past my bedtime. I'll walk in here and finish my stuff.
Yeah, right. Watch your head.
Yep. Boop.
Oh, really, Bone? I think that's one of the benefits of like the rewind feature. All right, here we go. Oh, did you find food, Maxwell?
Nope. Let me get some delivered. Hold on.
All right, easy. How you doing, Silas? Right this way.
Alrighty.
All right. All right. How are you doing?
Good.
There we go. All right. Your Honor, we got food coming delivered. I think all of us are collectively starving right now. So, Your Honor?
Understood. I believe he is thinking right now.
Oh, perfect. We're also just wrapping up with the adding evidence and the set of statements.
Got you.
Where was I? Here we go. Radio channel.
Yeah.
we're in the big room. All right. Thank you. Okay, bye. I got Officer Evers coming to bring food. Told him to get like 5 combos for you.
Yeah, Falcon he's reasonable.
You didn't share it yet, right? This is money. Did I forget?
All right. Where is the... which one was that? It's right here.
Bye. Are you in the MDT still?
Yep.
Are you going to mention his previous arrests?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
we're not.
Actually, we could.
If you're
I don't
building-
think we need to
depending
go
what-
that far.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, did we get food on the way?
Yes, Evers is bringing it, and I gave you money for him in case he needs it.
Beautiful. Thank you. And I
The
think
chief is taking the V-Star out of the garage, FYI.
All right. Awesome.
He's gonna test drive it again.
Brian, how much longer do we need?
We just need about like 5 minutes. I'm just double checking everything, and we should be good.
5 minutes, okay.
Yep.
You have everything from me here?
I think so. Let me just go over your statement. You're gonna want to mention me noting about the gun, so there's no confusion over
Okay.
what weapon is.
Yes. I'll add it in right now.
Did you hear him about the weed thing? I don't know if you were next to me when he said
That he sells. Yes.
Yeah.
He was selling, and then he
Yep.
laughed about it.
All right.
Hold on. Criminal transaction of drugs. Just checking something.
I don't want to go with transaction of drugs. I think that's like unnecessary, to be honest.
This is why I don't like doing police work late, because I get really like, you know.
Yeah.
All right, let's I'm just gonna add on to the statement, or should I add it in? Shouldn't matter, right?
Yeah. Actually, let me do this. Where's the... How do I... How do we export the report?
I think the judge just shares it now. They share it. They don't export it.
I'm gonna do an export.
Oh, wait, don't do it yet.
How do we export?
How do you export? You go to Keith Herman. Next to his name, the little blue tab that says export.
Right.
But don't do it yet. I'm almost done. I'm typing.
All right. Okay, I think that's everything. Ooh, thank you so much. Could you give some of the food to the defendant over there too?
Here, give me a little bit of it back. I'll split it in half.
Feel free to just grab it from my pockets. Okay. Drugs. Okay. Let me know when you're done, and I think that's everything.
Mm.
Hey, there's pockets right there.
He asked if he was. You asked if he was selling drugs. No,
I asked
told
if he
you
was
he
sell-
was. He said, and I heard
Yeah.
him say yes. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, Spokers, you can get your one out of the way. Okay.
All right, check that out. The last bit that I added real quick and see if that looks good. I just
Okay,
added a
we'll let him get
second
his one out of his system,
paragraph to
otherwise he'll try and
clarify
go
all
through
the other things that I didn't add in my first part.
He did have a gun.
Brian, you're yelling if you don't realize.
Oh.
No, but you saw him with the gun.
Yeah,
you
you
thought
said
you did.
Keith stated he didn't have a weapon. He claimed it was knuckle dusters.
Well, didn't have a gun. Okay. During further questioning, Keith mentioned he had a brass knuckles.
Yeah.
Because the locals were attacking him. Okay.
Mhm.
Is that right? That makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think he was just over your shit when he admitted to selling drugs.
I got no idea. Yeah.
It was crazy.
All right. Let me know when you're good.
Yeah, no, I'm good
You
if you're good. That's
Your Honor, are we sharing it, or do you want me to export the report? We should be good whenever you're ready.
I can share it.
Got you.
Yep.
What's the report number?
The report number is going to be 15475.
Did I put the photos in? I didn't put the photos in.
Give us just a second there.
Fucking tired. I am so tired. I'm sorry.
You're good.
You have the one of the locals, that important one. The other one is just so they can have visual of the dumpsters
Yeah,
the stuff was
just,
found in. That's
just throw them in. Yep.
Don't they usually do like a shared report?
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do.
Okay.
Na 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 na. Do 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 do.
All right.
It's all
Refresh
in there?
that.
All right.
I did 3 photos.
Okay. Let me see.
Did the first one save?
Oh, beautiful. Yep.
Number 1 save? I don't see number 1.
No, it did not save.
It's just a picture of the shop. Here.
Yep.
It's going in now.
All right, easy.
All right.
All right.
Done.
All right, Your Honor, we should be good to go.
Yeah, just
you may need to
refresh this.
refresh so all the
Perfect.
proper photos are in.
15475 still correct.
A firm, it should say Keith Herman transaction, criminal transaction. Keith, did you get food?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Perfect.
Brian, would you be able to just put it at the top in bench trial, don't edit? Just, I mean, unless, is anyone else going to be putting stuff in this report? Do you know?
Wait, what? Wait, why would anyone do
No,
that?
he wants you to do that so nobody edits it mid bench trial.
Wait, why would someone edit
It happened recently, and a
It-
whole
what?
case
It
got thrown out
happens. It's
because
one
of
of
it.
those things
Yes.
that we didn't realize we had to do until it.
If that is the case, Your Honor, I'm going to request we export the existing report and give the exported report out to everybody in the event anyone does go and touch this.
Nobody should.
Well, yeah, but what if someone does it by accident?
Right. So. I don't know why we went back to sharing the whole thing anyway. Instead of just
Your
exporting.
Honor, our official submitted report is going to be the one exported right now. I'm okay with it being shared as well, just as a courtesy for everybody out in the courtroom.
Okay, it's been shared, and I'll send the copy to.
Awesome.
Sales.
Thank you very much.
You sent it to me, Your Honor.
Yep, there you go. It's also been shared on the MDT side, so if you want to refer to it there or refer to the export, it's up to you.
Alrighty, thank you. You mind if I just take a minute just to go over this? There's just a bit of evidence here. I just want to make sure I've viewed. Thank you.
Take a look at that 311. Around this time, that's very normal. Very hard to come by. Oh yeah. Once like 9 hits, they're very rare. We just don't have enough equipment.
Oh, McQuillan's around. Kevin
Yeah, but
on a
that's
mountain
like
somewhere. So that's why he's not here.
Probably fucking his fucking yacht or whatever.
Wait.
Yeah, baby, only you and I can be together.
That's crazy. Oxby? Isn't he not Interceptor too?
Feels MDT right now.
You just have a lot of Omar is, but definitely think we don't have the amount of started people we should.
No, of course not.
For the amount of calls. Even in the morning, King said it's exhausting. Every call they need interceptors. So
yeah, that's why Command Plus just makes sense, right?
That's what I said, but I don't know if the chief's on board with that yet. So
yeah, I mean it's
I said, why can't we just have them train? But I don't know.
But they're not training, right?
No.
When are these trainings happening?
No idea. I told you Ventura's take on it was a hard no for him.
Who cares?
But I think King would do it. King would do it. I know King would. If I asked him to let's start training officers how to do stuff, blah blah blah, he would. Maybe I'll just have him give me certed too.
I mean, I would be down to come around early to get a,
Oh, like actually be in shift 1? You don't need permission,
No, I know. I'm saying
I didn't put
if
you
he
there,
did like a
Boston
training,
Peter
I'd love to. Maybe I could talk to King, be like, listen, brother, I've been driving this shit for a minute. Like, let me show you my moves.
Okay.
Not good enough to get certed. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you mean full certed, yeah.
Yeah. I used to be the guy for investigating.
Investigating
racers.
or driving fast? Oh, investigating racers.
Yeah.
Okay. What happened?
I took all their GNE, their cryptocurrency. And there was a guy named, what was his name? Titanium. I think I scared him off.
Got your text, David. I was driving.
Those little jumps are crazy.
Nice.
Wait, hold on a second. He's in the mirror.
What?
Oh, fuck.
How we looking, Silas? Need any more time?
No, I think we're good.
All right, we'll call this matter into session. All right, we have a bench trial of the people versus Keith Herman. Keith, you have been charged with 2 charges today. I'll ask you both of them and you plead guilty or not guilty, okay?
Yep.
1 count of criminal transaction of drugs. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
1 possession of a tampered firearm.
Not guilty.
Okay, the defense is at the plea of not guilty to both charges. Alright, we will start with the prosecution. Actually, sorry, I should have asked before. Silas, you don't need any witnesses here, do you?
We do plan to call one that is currently in attendance, Your Honor.
Okay, can you indicate who that is so they don't...
Yeah, that is Linton Pockets Ridley. Currently right there.
Alright. Okay, prosecution. First witness, please.
Just want to go do narrative.
It's just gonna be me and Maxwell. So I could
narrative. I don't.
Would you like a narrative or?
That's up to you guys. If you want to do a narrative,
Okay.
that's fine. If you want to question each other, that's also
Yeah. Okay. Do you mind? How do you want to do it, Silas?
That's not.
What
I just
narrative
give us-
versus you guys questioning each
Yeah,
other?
I mean, I'm
or-
down for whatever. You know what I mean?
Why don't you guys question each other?
Ew.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with narrative. Yeah. All right. All right.
Starting my timer
Ready to
here for
kick
the
off
bench
here.
trial start.
Yeah,
All right,
I
go.
got you.
You're gonna.
All right.
You want me? You gotta go. Go up to the bench, or you're gonna stand here?
Oh, I was gonna stand right here, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can
usually-
swear in from there, so yeah.
Yeah.
Raise your left hand for me. You swear and affirm that the testimony you're about to give today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, under the pains and penalties of bad grace, so help you, Sab.
Is there another god I could utilize there, Your Honor?
Nikes.
Yes, sir. Yes, I do.
Alright.
Airborne's the best one.
Yep. All right. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, earlier today, about a little over an hour ago, myself and Captain Maxwell were patrolling El Rancho Boulevard when I noticed that there was a drug call that came in the vicinity of a tattoo shop on El Rancho and Innocence Boulevard. Noticing the call, sort of began to creep up, not originally expecting to find anything. But as I turned the corner on Innocence, I saw a litany of dead locals littering the ground, heading towards a back pavement, heading towards what looked like kind of like a driveway or an inlet next to the tattoo shop with a little cubby tucked in right behind
photos
it.
of that.
You'll find some of those photos entered into evidence today if you'd like to take a look. With my lights and sirens off so as not to spook anybody, I want to know who attacked these poor individuals and whether it had anything to do with the drug calls that were coming in. As I crept up, I noticed the defendant, Mr. Keith Herman, hugged up against the wall, seemingly trying to hide from us, and poking out of the corner in his right hand appeared to be a firearm. I approached with caution, making sure I didn't spook this individual. Stepped out. And I announced myself to Mr. Herman, having recognized him previously in a traffic stop from the day before. I announced myself as Sergeant Brian Knight. And I asked him what he was doing here and did he have a gun out? Mr. Herman states, no, of course not. After which I told him, listen, sir, I saw what was in your hand. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to have you step up against the wall, put your hands up, and we're going to go ahead and frisk you. That frisk was based on a number of things. Number one, myself seeing the weapon in his right hand. Number two, the indication, the numerous indicators of Mr. Herman here being involved in drug sales, tying to number one, the drug call. Number two, the pool of dead locals, whom, mind you, is in and of itself an indicator of disgruntled buyers. And number three, the tuck away position that he was in. Silas, I can hear you. So I can hear you guys.
Yeah,
Sorry.
sorry about that.
Yep,
Please continue.
no worries. Mr. Herman complied, after which the frisk began, utilizing not just Terry via Ohio, but also, as noted, the reason was suspicion of the drug sales, given what I just listed off. A progressive frisk was utilized. For those who are unfamiliar, a frisk begins left pocket, then right pocket. That frisk indicated a bulge. I asked Mr. Herman what I felt in his left pocket. He noted that it was a wrench. The wrench was found. The frisk continued, which then it started with a wrench, followed by knuckle dusters, then a repair kit, and then a chair. During this frisking, I did ask him again if he had a weapon on his person. He indicated that he did not. He also indicated during this frisk time frame, which spanned, I think, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. It's taken a while for him to sort of figure out what was in those pockets of his. That he had a weapon out, but it was knuckle dusters, and it was because the locals were attacking him. That was not consistent with what I had previously seen, and thus the frisk continued. Eventually landing to him saying, I don't know what else I've got in my pockets. I've got quite a few things. That next frisk, and I did ask him a couple times, you know, what else he had so as to maintain a progressive frisk, but there were no indicators that would have allowed me to, say, pull something else out, you know, specifically, for lack of a better description. During that frisk, I also felt what seemed like baggies of something, but I sort of ignored that at the time. Frisk continued. We found a heavy pistol, after which he was formally placed under arrest. A full search was conducted. Bags of weed were found alongside rolled bills. He was subsequently Mirandized. And after the Miranda, I asked him, are you selling drugs? Mr. Keith Herman said, yes, I am. So with all said and done, sir, ladies and gentlemen of the court, as you can see, both based on my narrative and what you will find in the report that is written up, you know, it was pretty open and shut. We responded to a call, saw an individual tucked away with a weapon out. We went through a Terry frisk based on not just his own statement of having a alleged non-brandish fire, not a non-firearm on his person, though I believe that was a lie because it was a gun. We found all these indicators, and he said he did it. So there you go.
All right, if that's the end of your narrative, guess we move it over to the defense for any cross-examination of Sergeant Knight.
Yeah, sure. Knight, do you mind getting up on the chair there?
Yeah, we can get on the chair.
Sweet, thank you. Okay, so in relation to the area pictured in the report, where did you observe Mr. Herman specifically?
In the tuckaway.
Okay. Again, what was he doing?
Oh, yep, there's the tuckaway.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Holding a firearm.
And you can say with 100% certainty that the item you witnessed in his hand was a firearm specifically.
I had a good faith belief that he had a firearm in his right hand. Yep.
Do you have any photo evidence of him holding a firearm?
I'm not going to take out a camera and to someone with a weapon in his hand. If that's
okay. A yes or no will suffice.
Yeah.
Objection, non-responsive.
Oh, I didn't. I thought I gave you an answer. Yep.
No, I said a yes or no will suffice, Mr. Knight.
Oh, yes. Could you repeat the question? Sorry.
Do you have any photo evidence of Mr. Herman holding a firearm?
There is no photo. There would be no ample time.
No. Do you have any photo evidence of Mr. Herman executing transactions for drugs?
I have a verbal confirmation.
So just to be absolutely sure, no photo evidence?
There is photo evidence. It's attached to the report.
Of him executing these transactions?
I think all the photos in combination in there, sure, but not. Are you asking about a handoff? Do you have a photo
do you
of
have
a handoff?
photo of a handoff?
There is no photo of a handoff. Nope.
Do you have any photos of Mr. Herman harming these dead individuals you mentioned earlier?
We have his statement saying that he did.
So once again, no photos.
Yep. Nope. nor a audio recording, nor any other sort of device that would have replayed what took place.
Okay. I got nothing else, Your Honor.
All right. Fantastic.
All right. Brian, you're free to step back to the prosecution side.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, and
I'm going to call you up to
Captain
the
Maxwell, will
stand.
you be giving a narrative as
Yeah,
well?
give a narrative, then I'll call you. Actually,
What do you want me to do?
you can give a brief narrative and then keep it very simple, and then we'll have you. I'm gonna actually ask her to take the seat there. I'm gonna ask her a series of questions.
All right, direct question this way.
Okay.
Okay, Captain Maxwell, you raise your left hand on me. Thank you. Do you swear on a form that the testimony you're about to give today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, under the pains and penalties of perjury, so help you Nidus?
7 minutes, chat. Oh,
okay, so I'll note the witness is yours.
How you doing, Captain?
Tired.
Understandable. Give me just 1 second. Let me see. Fucking legend. All right. Captain Maxwell.
Yes.
You are a law enforcement officer?
Yes.
How long have you been in law?
Close to 7 years.
All right. If you approached a scene in which someone was holding a firearm, what would your first what would be the first action you would take? Actually, let me withdraw that question. If you saw someone with a firearm, would you pull out your camera and take a photo?
No.
And why is that?
Because I would probably be shot.
Right. Is it safe to say it's a safety issue?
Absolutely.
Would the priority be the photo?
No.
Is holding a firearm out legal?
No.
What charge is that?
Brandishing.
Okay. Have you responded to any drug calls before?
Yes.
Do they tend to be littered with locals?
Oftentimes, yes.
Do those locals tend to have been attacking drug dealers?
Yes, at times.
Are they an indicator of disgruntled drug purchasers?
Yes.
Okay. Was there any photos entered into evidence by the prosecution pertaining to any photo shoots?
Yes.
Okay. Did the prosecution have any photos of anybody that they took? Or sorry, the defense?
You're asking if the defense had photos from their photo shoot?
Correct.
No.
Okay. Was there anyone present taking photos?
No.
The drug call that came in, was it associated to any vehicles?
Yes.
Who did the RO of that vehicle come back to?
Came back to Linton Ridley, Pockets.
Let's see. Was Pockets found on scene?
He was.
Did he flee?
He did.
Was there weed found on the defendant?
Yes.
Was there any rolled bills on the defendant?
Yes.
Did he indicate that he attacked the locals?
He did.
Your Honor, there is a subject approaching the defense right now.
Yeah, August, could you step behind the bar, please? Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Continue, Sergeant.
Thank you. Did the defendant claim he was selling drugs?
He did.
Did the defendant claim he was with pockets?
He did.
Did the defendant claim to be brandishing any type of weapon?
Yes.
What is the case law for frisking someone? Could you actually pull up your Honor, if I may? Can I have her point at a piece of legislation for me? Read it out.
It's a bit performative, but sure.
Awesome. If you can pull out your thing and go to legislation.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like you to search for common. And you'll see common law there. And you'll see Terry v. Ohio. Can you go ahead and read that out to the court, please?
Yeah. I really didn't need to read the legislation, sir, to know what it.
Yep.
A police officer may stop a suspect on the street and frisk him or her without probable cause to arrest. If the police officer has a reasonable suspicion that the person is committing, or is about to commit a crime and has a reasonable belief that the person may be armed and presently dangerous.
Did we witness the defendant armed?
I did not.
And who did?
You did, Sergeant Knight.
Okay. Did the defendant claim that he had a weapon out?
He did.
With your training, do you believe that is reasonable for applying Terry v. Ohio?
Yes.
Okay.
Armed and dangerous.
All right. Thank you. Let me see. Is there anything else we want to note here? Oh, was Mr. Pockets, he fled from scene, right?
Yes.
And
when officers were questioning him.
Fantastic. And what did you find? Did you find any further evidence, like in the area of that parking lot, the little paved area that's in the photos?
Yes.
And what did you find?
In 2 different dumpsters, I found 100 bags of weed that matched the same strain as what Mr. Keith was carrying. And then 3 magazines, 2 of which were fully loaded.
Okay, fantastic.
Another dumpster. I did put photos of those up as well.
Beautiful. Okay. And were there any fingerprints or anything on these things?
Not on the bags of weed.
Mm-hmm.
However, on the magazines there were, and there was no match.
Okay, fantastic. All right. And how close were these things to where Mr. Keith was? Let's use like vehicle car lengths.
Well, in the photo, I labeled dumpsters.
Yep.
That's photo number 2. Probably 2 vehicle lengths.
Mm-hmm.
The first dumpster on the left was where the weed was found. He was in the corner to the left at the back of the picture, and then all the way to the right is where the magazines were found in the far right dumpster.
Fantastic. Are rolled bills in conjunction with marijuana bags usually indicative of a criminal transaction?
Yes.
All right. I think I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. No further questions. We'll hand it over to the defense for cross-examination.
One moment, Your Honor. I'll do the line of questioning you brought up, but she already said that she didn't witness the gun, so it's kind of right. But
Well, you can you establish like which direction they were heading and where I was standing because the entire building was
hello, Maxwell.
Hello.
When you initially were observing the scene, which cardinal direction were you in relation to where Mr. Herman was?
We were to his north.
From that northern point, is there an unobstructed view of where Mr. Herman was?
You mean from the street to where he was in the corner?
From the initial point you just mentioned of being to his north.
I mean, we drove in, so do you mean like there was dumpsters as we were driving in, and then there were the lights?
Well, as stated, you maintained a distance before moving in, correct?
I didn't say that.
I believe Mr. Knight said that during narrative.
Yeah.
The officers on scene maintain a distance before moving in.
I'm confusing.
Yeah.
I don't see what's confusing
which
about
part
this.
is-
I don't.
Yeah, I'd like to object as well. I think the question's confusing. I think I understand. I think I know what he's trying to say, but it's very open to interpretation what he's trying to get at.
Yeah. Be more specific if you need to, Silas.
Okay. So as we just mentioned, you said you were to his north, right?
Correct.
While you were standing at this point to the north, did you have an unobstructed view of Mr. Herman?
I didn't see Mr. Herman until we started pulling into the lot, the parking lot of tattoo shop.
I don't know what this angle is.
One moment, Your Honor.
Is he trying to say like we can't approach him?
So you did not obtain an unobstructed view of Mr. Herman until after pulling in.
Your Honor, objection, misstatement of testimony.
I think the way Silas phrased it, he was asking for clarification. So if that is not what Captain Maxwell said, she's welcome to
All
answer
right.
with what was said.
That works for me.
Can you ask the question again, please?
Yeah. So you did not obtain an unobstructed view of Mr. Herman until after moving in?
What does that mean?
Yeah, I never said that I had a unobstructed view of him before pulling in. I wasn't the driver of the car either. I was the passenger. In my
Beck,
statement,
you need to
I
relax.
mentioned that I saw
No
an
meta.
individual
Don't.
with
chill.
ears wearing pink, hiding behind a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Like
So
speaking.
were you in the same car as Mr. Knight?
Yes.
Is it a fair assessment to say that your point of view being in that car would match his point of view?
No,
Why not?
because I don't know where he's looking when I'm looking a different way. We have two different sets of eyes and heads that look different ways.
That's exactly.
Based on the positioning of the car that you were both in, did you and Mr. Knight have an unobstructed view of Mr. Herman before pulling into the scene?
I'm not going to testify to what he saw, as he already testified. But as I stated in my statement, I witnessed Mr. Herman standing there in the tucked area behind the wall. Mm-hmm.
And did you witness this before or after moving into the scene?
Keep saying moving into the scene as if we were like parked across the street for 3 hours. We drove down the street. We saw a bunch of people and cars crashed up everywhere. We pulled into the parking lot and there he was.
One moment, Your Honor.
Okay.
You previously stated when testifying for Mr. Knight that when in your professional experience for supposedly armed individuals, you do not immediately move in, correct?
I don't recall.
Nice.
Sorry?
None of the comments on the record.
Okay.
The entire argument seems to be...
Did you hear Officer Knight vocalize anything about the suspect being armed?
Yes.
Did this happen before or after you fully arrived on scene?
I'm gonna object to this.
Okay.
I'm gonna object to confusing, as there is constantly this underlining word reference being made, the scene, which is undefined and not established. And I think that's going to add confusion to any answers that the captain here is providing. What is this scene? Moving into the scene? What does that even mean?
I am happy to rephrase.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay.
Did this vocalization from Officer Knight come before or after
he exited the vehicle?
A completely unobstructed view of this alley pictured in evidence.
Can you ask the question again and speed it up a little bit, please? I'm not trying to be rude.
Did this vocalization of Officer Knight occur before or after you obtained a completely unobstructed view of the alley pictured in evidence?
For myself, I believe it was, I had a full view of him, yes.
I am asking
when he
if this
mentioned it.
vocalization from Officer Knight...
If you would let me speak for 5 seconds, I would complete and answer your question, sir.
Let's not get too argumentative.
Okay.
Continue answering.
Keeps cutting me off, Your Honor.
That was to both of you. Continue, please.
I had a full view of him when we pulled all the way in. At that point, Mr. Knight got out of the car and asked him if he had a gun out or something of that nature. It's in my statement. I don't remember verbatim the steps. I just recall Knight pulling in, saying something about, you see this guy, you see this guy. At that point, I didn't see him right away. When I did see him, as in my statement, I saw a guy in pink peeking around the corner, standing by a wall. Somewhere in between that, I can't remember exactly when we pulled in, I could see him. And then there was talk of the gun, and he mentioned he didn't have a gun. because it wasn't in his hand when we pulled up anymore.
Did you ever witness it in his hand?
I did not. No.
And just to clarify on the answer 2 answers ago, the longer one, you do not know at what point Officer Knight vocalized his supposed sighting of a weapon in Mr. Herman's hand.
No, if whether it was on the street in front of the tattoo shop or whether we were in all the way in, I don't recall if it was point A or point B.
I get what he's trying to say. He's trying to
Your
say
Honor.
that Knight didn't see a gun, but it's irrelevant.
In your statement, do you state that Mr. Herman was pressed against the wall?
I mean, look in the statement.
I'm asking you.
Do you want me to read it to you?
I just want you to say whether you said he was pressed against the wall or not.
Okay, I can look at the statement and read it to you.
Sweet.
Standing behind the building as if he was hiding. There you go.
And can you read Officer Knight's statement and whether he said that the individual was pressed against the wall or hiding?
Yes, Herman pressed up against the wall. There appeared to be a gun in his hand.
Did you have to further alter your point of view on scene to see this?
Huh? Objection confusing?
Yeah. Alter her point of view from where to see what?
Wrap that gavel up. Come
When
on.
you first pulled into the scene, or during the active act of, sorry, I'll rephrase. I know we're not supposed to use scene at this point. When you first approached this alley, did you have to continue moving in order to fully view the alleyway and Mr. Herman pressed up against the wall?
I feel like I already answered this question. You're asking if I was able to, if I had to pull in to not have an obstructed view. I already answered this question. Yes, we had to pull in and I could fully see his body. Yes.
All right.
That it? Yep. Nope.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Captain, I just got 2 questions for you, just real quick. Yeah, I got you.
I wasn't even supposed to be here, Knight.
Yeah, well, you know. All right. Captain, is it required for more than one officer to identify a firearm before reacting?
No.
Is it required for law enforcement to communicate that there is a firearm when approaching a suspect?
Can you ask that one more time?
Yes. I can rephrase. What would be the objective reason to not vocalize out loud that there is a firearm on a suspect a officer is approaching?
Not to spook them.
Very good. And what would happen if one were to spook a suspect? What sort of things could happen?
Objection. Calls for speculation.
Yep, I can withdraw.
Oh, I could have rebutted.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm going to rephrase it. In your experience, what does spooking a suspect? What can spooking a suspect with a firearm do?
It could cause a possible shootout, officers being shot at situation.
Okay. Okay, is every drug call the same?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, the alleyway that he was tucked in, when I originally called out the suspect, was the entire alleyway in view?
No.
Was there enough room for any individual to tuck into it, thus losing our ability to view them fully?
Yes.
Was there enough time span for him to have put a weapon away?
Yes.
Okay. No further questions.
Okay. Thank you, Captain Maxwell.
Thank you.
You just step down. Sergeant Nate, would you like to highlight evidence now or at the end once each side is gone?
I mean, I'd like to. I'm going to be honest, Your Honor. It's been a while since I've done. I haven't done court with this since this collapsed too much. I mean, I'm going to highlight everything. I believe it's all relevant. The firearm, I think, stands out more than anything else. The drug call, the location in question that will show the, view, the driveway into the tuck area, the pistol and the scratched off nature of it. But honestly, all that evidence really ties to these charges. All the photos and such.
All right. Does the prosecution rest at this time?
There is one indicator, which I'm going to highlight for everyone's benefit here. It looks like while I was typing this out, I wrote crowbar instead of wrench, I believe. It was like one of those utilities. So do make note of that. It's going to be in the section that says the frisk was done progressively. It's going to be in that highlighted list.
Okay.
All right.
Whoops. Sorry.
Yep.
Jesus, I was kinda.
My bad.
Do we do closings in these things nowadays, or?
Oh God.
Only if you want to. They're not required.
I mean, I can keep it really very short.
All right. Yeah. We'll get to closing once the defense has done the witnesses. All right. So does the defense, the prosecution rest now?
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor.
The prosecution should have been resting
Defense
a long
files
time
over
ago.
to you. You've called Pockets as a witness, and Keith is able to testify on his own behalf should he choose to do so. So who are you calling?
We'll call Pockets.
All right, Pockets coming up.
I was so tired that the questions he was asking slow. I couldn't even like.
Yeah, no,
I was like
noticed.
ACDCing. I couldn't. I'm just gone, and I'm tired.
Make sure you're yelling. Do you swear and
I gotta put out warrant. We should put out warrant out for him right now during this.
That's so fun.
Wait a minute. Does he own property? Lock it down. I should lock that shit down right now.
Yes, 3 properties. That's crazy as fuck.
No, it's not crazy. He's involved.
Pockets, how you doing today?
Yeah, I know. Do you think you have enough though to do that?
Yeah, he's an accessory. Didn't his DNA come back?
No.
During the
no.
incident in question,
Only his vehicle on
where
scene.
were
That's
you?
it. And then seeing him on scene.
Yeah.
The
Your
DNA
Honor, we
was-
can't hear him. I think he might be whispering.
Driving my four-wheeler around.
Okay. Were you with Mr. Herman at any point?
Yeah, I was with him for a little while, but then I left.
Okay. During your time with him, did he ever brandish a weapon?
Just knuckle dusters.
What?
Oh, let him go. Let him go.
Did he ever brandish a firearm?
No, I didn't even know he
I
had one.
paused so long praying for you to object.
Did he say or do anything that indicated that he had a firearm on him?
No.
This is all irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1 second, Your Honor.
This might be the shortest bench trial I've been in fucking 2 weeks. This is it.
Really?
Yeah, they've been 3 and 4 hours long.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a sense for that.
Yep. I mean, this is only one person with one, there's not like all kinds of cases.
This guy
of
literally
DNA
said
and-
he did it, and it's
Yeah.
this long.
Yes.
Yeah, I can
Exactly.
understand that.
Hmm. Well, now add 2 more attorneys over there that are asking double the questions that Silas asked me. There's no
In
cutoff to
regards
how
to the
many
knuckle
people
dusters,
can ask questions and stuff.
was there ever a reason Mr. Herman had those?
A local was trying to attack him one time. I think he pissed him off.
Okay. Were you caught up in that at all?
No, I stayed away.
His blood's on scene.
Yeah. Hold on. It's actually not his.
Oh, it's not.
It's Keith's.
I was rooting for the
Oh, it's
local one.
Keith's.
Yeah, Keith's is in the
Okay.
street.
Oh.
Yeah. 2359. That's Keith's in the middle of the
No
street.
further questions, Your Honor.
Damn, it would have been funny if local would have taken him out.
All right, Cross.
How you doing, Pockets?
Fine.
Do you know how well do you know Keith?
Pretty well. Why?
I got you. Were you previously indicated that you're on your ATV? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Did you flee from officers?
Objection. Relevance.
Sure. Your Honor, it's highly relevant as noted in the report, the indicator of the ATV, the registered owner, the statement of Pockets just made being on scene, its relationship to the drug call, the additional drugs found in the dumpster towards the street. I believe it's highly relevant as we, I think in this cross, we will very much within the scope underline that this here, Mr. Pockets, may be an accessory or an accomplice.
Yeah, accessory to your nuts.
Pockets.
And
Sorry.
as Pockets has indicated, he states in the affirmative that might be the case.
Excuse me, I never said that.
Misstatement of testimony.
Well, I
Okay.
mean,
So, to the objection of relevance, I can see, well, this line of questioning could go to be relevant
Yep.
I will just remind Sergeant Knight that we are here for the guilt or not of Keith and not Pockets, so try not to use this as an interrogation, please.
Your Honor, if I may, I believe every statement made in this court case, if I'm please correct me if I'm wrong, can be utilized in any warrant, search warrant, etc. that may be issued.
It can be. You're not wrong in that. Just remember why we're here and not to try and get someone else.
Well, so where was I?
But you may continue, the objections overruled.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Mr. Pockets, did you flee from officers on the scene with Mr. Keith that you noted?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you guys tried to get me to get off my ATV.
And were you detained?
No.
Did
They
they have
told me to get off my ATV.
Okay. And did you?
No, I left.
I see. Were you witness to Mr. Keith attacking locals?
I was attacking locals too. In fact, when I pulled up, I was attacking locals, and that's when you guys told me to stop.
Who is you guys?
Even though they were attacking me. Maxwell.
Okay. Was this after Mr. Keith was detained?
Yeah.
Okay. Were those locals attacking you, or were you
Yes.
attacking them?
They were attacking me.
I see. Where did you go after you fled?
Objection. Relevance.
I can after this question there, Your Honor, this will make sense. This is a foundational question.
I'll give you the one question.
Pockets, where did you go after you fled?
Down the street, turned around and came back.
Okay. Were you on radio with Mr. Keith responding to the radio clicks?
Yeah, so what?
All right.
I have a radio.
All right.
Everybody has a
Fantastic.
radio. What's the difference? I don't understand what you're asking.
It all makes sense soon enough. No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Sergeant. Silas, any redirect from that?
Yeah, Pockets, who attacked first? You or the locals?
The locals attacked me.
He was kicking
All right.
their cars.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Property's down.
I'm sorry?
Nothing.
All right, Pockets, you're
text
free to step down. You are free to leave. You're also welcome to stay.
Okay.
All right, Silas, will Mr. Herman be testifying on his own behalf?
1 second.
I said, are you locking his properties down?
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet.
Mm-hmm. He was asking me like 3 different ways.
Yeah,
how we
Mr.
pulled
Herman will
in
be taking the stand.
over obstructing stuff. It was crazy.
Is he aware by doing so that he is waiving his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination?
17 days to
How are you,
live.
Keith?
What should I do?
Yep.
Okay. Keith, raise your left hand for me. Do you swear and affirm that the testimony you're about to give today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, under the pains and penalties of perjury, so help you Airborne?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, the witness has been sworn
I
in.
had to swear.
Alrighty. Okay, Keith. In regards to the incident in the report entered in evidence, where were you when it all started?
Well, when you say it all started, I was in the alley picture towards the back end, so that would be like the rear of my ATV. When I heard the engine of what sounded like a police car, I
Must have been the
then
yote.
went to the I'd say the mouth.
It's like,
of the
oh man, I've
alleyway,
heard stories of this.
Oh,
Like, yo, I don't think they're supposed to be in
look
that.
and see, and I
Yote.
saw
Tax again. Holy
the
shit.
police vehicle.
Holy shit.
And at
Yo,
that
thank you
point,
so much for the 10
I
gifted subs, brother.
stepped forward, and the
Holy
police
fuck.
vehicle drove in.
Okay. Describe this alley to me.
Well, it's about a vehicle and a half deep. You can only see in from one side, and we had some lights that were pointed out because we had set up for a photo shoot for some cars in front of the dumpsters. And when they had pulled in, I had to step out from behind the lights to go out so where they could see me.
Okay, were these lights on?
Yes, they were on.
How bright are they?
They're relatively bright. We had them set up to about 15%. And nice bright lighting to get good pictures.
And this side of the alley that you mentioned, is that the only side where the alley is visible from?
There's only one opening, and it opens into the parking lot. So it opens to the south. I'd say like southeast.
Okay. And through that opening, how long
When we first
is
arrived
the
on
line of
scene, it was
sight?
still daylight. in the first
Directly to the
picture.
southeast, approximately 1 to 2 car lengths.
Yep. This entire thing is, did they actually see a gun?
Okay, so
despite
once
there
the
being
officers
a
got
gun?
on scene, walk me through what happened there.
So
yep,
I saw them on
this is every bench trial
Innocence.
now, pretty much.
They were near the locals that were out there when I peeked my head out and I saw them. And at that point, I immediately stepped, as I said, around the lights and into the open area. And that's when the vehicle pulled all the way in. The officers got out of their vehicle, and I asked if they were there. If they were there for the photo shoot, because I knew that there were going to be tons of different people stopping by. And that's when they said, "No, we saw you. We want
to tell us what
hold
the engine sounded like.
We want to
pulling
search
in.
you." Brian had said that, and he said, "Get up against that wall over there." And I asked him why, and he said, "I saw you holding a gun." And I said, "Well, when did you see me holding a gun?" And he said, "We'll talk about that later."
Did you ever get a definitive answer on when you were seen with a gun?
I received an answer only after being searched, and after he found the weapon.
That is a lie.
Do you remember what that answer
Well, it doesn't
was?
matter. I would never tell
I
someone
know.
evidence.
I know,
during-
that's crazy.
You yelling, Brian?
Oh, my bad, Your Honor. What? Here's all my evidence.
Do you remember what that answer was?
He said, "I saw you holding a gun when you were squeezed up against the side
Crazy
of
how he
the
knew it was a
alley."
cop car coming.
Yeah.
Does that answer line up with the line of sight that you previously stated that the alleyway has?
Absolutely not. As absolutely not. From the alleyway, my point of view is, as I said, the vehicle was traveling south on Innocence. So they were on Innocence.
I don't know what this point of view thing is.
And would be
Traveling
looking towards
south on
their
Innocence.
left.
Innocence doesn't even go
towards
south.
the alleyway. So until reaching all the way into there wouldn't have been any way of seeing me in the alleyway. Because I was
literally saw him.
completely obscured by the building until they would have been parallel
He even
with the
said he was
building.
peeking, like I said.
Yeah.
South on Innocence.
Yeah, he
means
didn't see me yet. We're all saying he was
firearm?
peeking.
Right.
I did not.
The statements and testimony about something being in your hand, what was actually in your hand?
There was nothing in my hand.
When you pulled up, did he have brass knuckles? I don't remember if he did or not.
No, yeah.
Did you point these inconsistencies
in
out
his hand.
to
Because
the
he tucked
officers?
in. You know?
I did.
What was their response?
Yeah.
When I brought this up to Brian, he said, well, were you holding anything? And I said, no. And he said, well, you weren't holding your wrench? No, you weren't holding your knuckles. I said that I had earlier. And he said, well, that's unfortunate.
Okay.
Did he give any explanation as to why it was unfortunate?
No.
Because that meant he had the
that's
gun.
Unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay.
All right. How you doing there, Keith?
Been better.
Okay. Were you asked whether you had a gun?
Yes.
Did you? What was your answer?
My immediate answer was I do not recall, and I asked why I was being asked.
Did you
and
state?
You stated that you saw me holding
objection,
a weapon.
argumentative. All right. I'll withdraw for now.
Okay.
Keith, did you deny having a gun?
I did.
Did you have a gun?
I did.
Oh, you did have a gun. Okay. Is that gun registered to you?
No, it is not.
I see. Were you tucked up against the side of the wall when we approached?
Define approach.
Were you tucked at all against the wall?
Yes, I was.
Did you untuck?
I did, and
no further questions.
Okay. Thank you, Sergeant. Silas, any redirect on that?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay.
No.
What happened after you untucked yourself?
As I had stated earlier,
tucked into fucking bed. That's all this stuff. What the
stepped behind the camera, or excuse me, not camera, the lighting equipment that was further obscuring the view between myself and
not in my eyes.
The street, which would have been the only possible way, and immediately stepped into view into the parking lot. There would have been no time for me to put away a weapon, and
oh my God, I'm starting to see why you guys are getting cooked in these bench trials.
An officer
Holy
such as
fucking shit,
Mr. Knight,
it's so stupid, right?
saw I had a weapon. He continued to approach, and when exiting their
We catch
vehicles, neither
people in
officer
4K
had their
and
weapon
still
drawn.
it's a 50-50
Neither
when we
seemed
walk in here.
to be concerned.
I think
for
part of it
their
is like laying
safety.
it out.
And I would think that if I were brandishing such a deadly firearm, that they would have approached with more caution.
No further questions.
Would have approached with more caution. What the
All right.
fuck?
You're free to step back to the table, Keith.
I don't even know what the fuck he just said.
Okay. With that, we will move to the closing statements. You guys need any time to prep?
No, I can just wing it.
I think I'm good.
All right. See you.
Your Honor, you heard from the testimony from officers as well as the testimony from the defense over here, and the line of questions in which drawing to question, was there or was there not a gun that was witnessed? I would like to note for the court and the people in the back pews that the reason for detainment and the frisk was on a number of things, as indicated in the report. Number one was the immediate, which is myself, Sergeant Brian Knight, witnessing a gun in the hand of Mr. Keith upon approach as he was tucked up against a wall, subsequently untucking and getting out of our view, ample time to tuck it away, after which he was detained. It was an attempt not to spook him, make him think we didn't see anything. As the defense attempted to obfuscate this fact and or create a argument suggesting that, hey, maybe there was never a gun. The reality is a gun was ultimately produced. In addition to that, regardless of this whole gun narrative, the indicators for drug sales between the locals all over the ground, the statement in this very courtroom about Mr. Keith allegedly having to attack all these locals alongside his potential accomplice, who seems not to be in this courtroom anymore, Mr. Pockets. The pool of dead locals, the weapon we saw, we had plenty of RS on a number of things leading to a frisk, a progressive frisk
You know,
that
you didn't
ultimately
see a fucking weapon.
that ultimately led to not just
One more of
finding
that and you'll be
the gun.
Fucking hold me in contempt. This man's a piece of perjuring bullshit.
Okay.
Oh,
fucking
10
at it.
months,
He's a
$5,000.
fucking clownist, perjuring asshole.
Please don't continue or it will increase.
Yeah.
Let Sergeant
I
Knight
do
finish.
love clowns.
Fuck you.
An additional 10 months, $5,000.
All right. Just to indicate
Continue.
again. Oh, sorry. Oh, continue. Yep. Your Honor, once again, to indicate it was not just having seen the firearm, but the another number of indicators as noted in the report, as there having been drug sales, which ultimately resulted in a frisk, given the nature of everything, including the notion of brandishing of knuckles and taking out these locals. As noted in the evidence, his blood was also found on scene by these locals. Yeah, that's about it. I think this is pretty open and shut. Oh, finally, let me just underline here. Mr. Keith, under Miranda, also stated that he was selling drugs. So, that's all, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, Sergeant Knight. Silas.
Yeah. We've got statements from two of the officers that they saw things that resulted in RS for a Terry frisk, but as Maxwell pointed out, the line of sight, and as Keith pointed out too, the line of sight into that alley is pretty restricted.
Objection, misstatement of testimony.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to get condemned if I say that it's an objection during closing?
It's okay. I was about to bring that up.
Objections
Still
during
a misstatement.
closings are not forbidden. They are per form. I will take your objection under advisement, Sergeant Knight, but please just let Silas continue. Myself and Magistrate Atlas know what was said and what wasn't.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
As it was stated, like I said, the line of sight into that alleyway is pretty restricted. Maxwell could not confirm at what point it was audibly stated that the suspect supposedly had a weapon.
I'm really curious if he actually had a gun, because I can swear up and down I saw a fucking gun in his hand.
Does conflict with Maxwell's expert testimony on how
If it
they
wasn't,
treat
I wonder what the
individuals
fuck
with
it was.
firearms, further calling into question whether they actually saw one or not. As stated by Keith, they approached
But it becomes
calmly.
irrelevant given the rest
I'm
of the
sure they
scene.
Can state reasoning
With the
why,
frisk
but,
wasn't just because of the firearm,
it is
ultimately.
undeniable that it does not match what Maxwell said about
No,
how
I
they
want the
normally
meta
approach
afterwards.
individuals that they believe to be
I
dangerous.
think they believe it was only because of the
Take
gun.
pictures of them. That's what we said.
But
There are no photos of this gun being brandished. There are no photos of these sales. There's not even photos of any sort of scuffle with the locals. There's no reasoning given as to why that happened. As they said themselves, every case is different, and saying that they find dead locals at one of these is not
even
indicative
if he
that,
had the knuckles, even
further incidences with dead locals are
I saw a firearm to
drug sales
I
too.
did locals. I attacked him. So you got to frisk for it to, indication of drug sales. Like it's not a
all in
singular.
All, the RS for the Terry frisk
RS.
is super fucking shaky, based on the hidey hole that is this alleyway. They just counted their chickens before it hatched, it seems. Like, if a chicken did come out of that egg. Yeah, that's basically it for me.
All right. Thank you, Silas. I will now put the court into recess for myself and Magistrate Atlas go deliberate. Sean, you're in charge while I'm away.
Hey, where's Sean?
Behind
He
you.
was
Oh, there he is.
It was hey Justice, hey. Sitting with his girlfriend back there on the bench.
Wait, what happened?
Did you win?
They were like straddling each other on the bench back there.
Do you guys
Wait,
wanna go
who?
play catch?
The Justice.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
10 minutes, boys. Let's keep it going. Why does he think I hate clowns?
Oh, why does Silas think I'm a fucking idiot? I don't know. He's really mad about you seeing that gun.
I think they were under the impression that it was only the gun
Right.
that resulted in the frisk.
Well, they are. And the fact that they think that I saw everything you saw is crazy. I never said that. So I was like, I have my own fucking eyes. Like, what the fuck?
Could you imagine, there's a massive shootout and it's like, well, did this one person, did you see that one person shot this other person? It's like, that's not how it works.
Well, and not for nothing, that's so crazy, dude.
Yeah.
You ever been in a shootout and somebody's like, oh, I was peeking left. Oh, I was peeking right.
Yeah.
I couldn't even see him. Oh, I saw his whole body. Yeah. It's all about how you're peeking, how the angle is.
Yeah.
And just because you can't see all of us doesn't mean we can't see all of you or part of you or half of you. It's different for everybody. Fucking dumbass.
I mean, at the end of the day, guy said he was selling drugs. You know what I mean?
He did.
Yeah.
He really fucking doesn't like you for saying he had a gun. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What they should have went with? The fucking light bar maybe looking like a pistol. Like I thought that was the angle he was going at first. And I'm like, well, the lights were there, but fuck. How did he know it sounded like a fucking cop car anyway? How many yotes do we have?
Yeah, that's a good question.
How did he even know that was a fucking cop car?
So I was
gonna
curious.
object to yote.
So I'm curious. I think we need clarity on drug-related stuff. Specifically, why is possession separated? Criminal possession class 3. Like, where's like, what's the deal with the separation of the possession with the transaction? Because the transaction inherently would include all the other things, because these aren't enhancements. I'm going to ask about that.
Yeah, they don't typically get charged together, the possession with the transaction.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you assume that a transaction of drugs means you have possession of it, right? I don't know. That was a question we had recently. And looking up previous charges, nobody ever got charged possession with transaction.
Yeah, that's what I want to get
Everybody's
clarified on.
suit.
Yeah. Because the it should be possession is separate, and then the transaction is inherently having the possession of said things.
I mean, it's when I do. Like, you know,
How long have we been here? Does anybody know?
This thing's been going on for about 2 hours.
Are you fucking okay? Since we arrested him? Oh wait, what's the time we put the report?
2.5. We're about 2.5.
9. Oh my fuck! Do you see what I'm saying? This is just a fucking piddly little fucking.
I am of the. Yeah, I don't know.
The chief asked if I brought my sleeping bag this time. I've been in court fucking like this is including today, probably almost 30 hours in the last week. 4 hours a case. Crazy.
Oh, like in the actual villa? Is it like a?
It's like directly underneath.
Oh, nice. See, I like spider spawners.
I think there should be 3 stages. And it should be like 3 stages of, I don't know. Put the statements out there, look at the evidence done. I don't know. I'm sort of mixed on it. I think it should be based on your record.
Wait, what should be?
Based on your record.
Wait, what should be based on your record? Sorry.
Length of court case. Bench trial.
Wait.
Like if you're clean, it should be, you know what I mean? There's weight.
But
if your record is stacked up, there's more room.
Oh no!
And you got to think. First of all, his record's not terrible.
I have food downstairs, but that's about it.
But you have to look at. You guys did closings. These judges have been letting openings, closings, multiple witnesses, more than 2 on some sides sometimes. Multiple lawyers ask questions.
6 minutes, boys.
And
if we push it over the edge to an hour,
go up on the stand.
We're gonna get this, and we're gonna go out there for a little bit. We need it for tomorrow, anyways. I don't know.
It gets crazy. 3 hours is the average for a bench trial right now.
I mean, eventually, at some point, you got to. Blackout. You can only.
We spent 3 hours on. Did you or did you not see a gun? Despite all the other.
No, did you? Yeah. At what point did you not? Were you not obstructed? At what? How far did you pull in? What did you see? How did you see? When did you do that?
Yeah.
I almost crashed out. I almost crashed out.
In this city,
especially when he cut me off.
Chop your arm off and get a new one. And you don't have the laser scarring.
Or a lady's arm.
I do think it's going to be a question of whether or not he gets a transaction despite admitting guilt, because I mean every other indicator is effectively there.
Nothing. I was just curious.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the initial.
No, I'm going to be here
does
tomorrow.
the judge believe that
it was a thing.
We had legal right to.
He had all the evidence. He said he did it. You know what I mean?
You have to paint your nails.
So I would argue, I think one of the tough things in that I would close up on is that how people are doing it? Is that they're fucking photographing like fucking petty like weed sales?
I don't know how it works, Violet. That's a problem.
No, what do you mean?
Cook.
Who's photographing petty weed sales?
Well,
Oh,
it's
yes,
because they were bringing it up.
Yes. So one of the
Acetone is a very,
prongs,
very
one of
violent
the not
solvent.
prongs, but
With that
want us to
handoff?
have yes, they focus heavy as fuck on the handoff, which is very hard to obtain in certain areas. Officers have actually been shot over trying to get handoffs just for us to move in.
Yeah, photo is kind of cooked, in my opinion.
Right, but without him having a gun out, we would have been just questioning him, right?
No.
And then would he have admitted XYZ? It's a lot harder to get him on a drug unless if we see the handoff, then we have reason to believe, you know what I mean? That he has those items on him.
Well, we used to share a bed.
If we just roll into a drug call, we don't see a gun, we don't see a handoff, we're just questioning. That's all we can really do, right?
And then you were kicked out by Sean, and you refused.
I'm gonna cook on that. I'm not actually a fan of drugs, like drug calls. I think it's kind of strange that weed is illegal.
Yeah, I mean, right.
It's just weird to be. Well, no, I mean it's not like it's kind of like, oh no, someone's selling weed. Oh,
hey, they're funding their whole ass gangs though, like buying the guns that are shooting us, and like what? That's how they're making money.
I don't think that's where people are making money.
No, but people are doing it, right? I found 800 bags in a garage on Cypress, in Cypress area, where they were all just chilling, shooting the shit. They all fled, and boom, left 800 bags chilling in their little garage, plain sight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's back.
Thank you, Sean.
Yep.
Everything is gnarly. Na 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 na. Pretty good. How are you?
I'm gonna ask him about the
All right,
possession
cool.
stuff after this.
Back inside.
You have the keys to my car downstairs.
So myself and Magistrate Atlas went back and deliberated, and we have come to a verdict on this one.
I will. How come?
So the argument laid forth by the defense mainly rested on the stop and frisk of Mr. Herman. So that is where we will begin. What we have is a call of drug sales in the area. We have the testimony of both Maxwell and Knight, as well as the pictures of the misplaced cars and downed locals on scene. And then we have what was mostly in contention, the
1 minute
sighting of something in Mr. Herman's hand. Now, at first we had Mr. Knight saying he believed it was a firearm. We had Maxwell backing up with not seeing it directly, but corroborating what Mr. Knight said.
You said backing out.
We then had Pockets on the stand.
Yo, let's
who
go!
said that Keith had knuckle dusters in his hand.
He was never
And then
on
we had Keith
scene.
on the stand who said he didn't have anything in his hand. So we look, in this case, when it comes to a Terry frisk, do not need beyond a reasonable doubt. We do not even need probable cause. We just need reasonable suspicion. And what the question the court came to on that is, was there a good faith belief from the officers that Keith had a weapon in his hand? Whether or not it's a firearm in this instance is not necessarily important.
Yep.
With Mr. Knight believing it was a firearm and a firearm being found on Keith, and with Pockets saying he had knuckle dusters, and given the argument put forward by Silas of the obscure angle, is this court's belief that if it were knuckle dusters, that could be mistaken for a firearm?
Exactly.
It could be a firearm.
Exactly.
That Mr. Knight's seen. So we believe that there was enough reasonable suspicion, combined with the downed locals on scene, the good faith belief that Keith had a weapon in his hand, and the drug sale call, that there was enough to stop and frisk him. That frisk then yielded a Desert Eagle, which Keith testified to having. That Desert Eagle, as shown in evidence, is scratched off. The serial is no longer legible.
Anonymous, thank you for a 5.
And thus the full search of his person is found to be lawful. And upon full search, pound bags of marijuana and the cash, indicative of drug sales. And to add the cherry on top, we have the statements from both Maxwell and Knight that after being read his Miranda rights, Keith admitted to selling drugs. It is the opinion of this court that this leaves no reasonable doubt to the guilt of Keith in this instance for the criminal transaction of drugs in the possession of the tampered firearm. So we'll be finding Keith guilty on both charges. And that is the ruling of this.
Under with a 25! All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
We'll go to jail, you gun-wielding drug addict.
What?
All right.
I was gonna smoke all that weed.
Aww.
Too bad you
All
were too
right.
busy selling it, you fucking druggie.
I will leave time served up to your discretion, Sergeant Knight. However, he does have 2 charges of contempt for a total of 20 months, and I'll lower the fine to $7,500.
Have fun in jail, Keith.
Yep.
See ya.
See ya.
Okay. Are you gonna issue the bill, Your Honor, or should I?
You can issue the bill.
All right. What is the total?
So that would be 28,500.
All right. There is the bill. Did you get that, Keith?
Yep.
All right. I'm down to reduce it down to like 20 months. All the way down with the contempt and all that. Does that work, Your Honor? Oh, Your Honor?
Sorry about that. Say that again.
I'm down to reduce the total down to 20 months. If that works.
Yeah,
for you.
that's fine.
All right, easy. All right, Keith. Any questions before I send you up?
Nope.
All right. I do hope you turn your life around. I don't hate cops or clowns.
I didn't have shit in my hand, and you know it.
If I knew it, and if that is the case, I would not lie on the stand. I've got better things to do. Fuck drugs. All right. You take care.
Yep.
All right. Okay. All right.
All right, I got a compensation form to fill out.
Okay. All right. Okay, that was pretty good. All right. Hold on.
All right, I'm going to
Let
bed.
me
You
add
have my
these.
car.
Are you sure you don't want to listen in on this?
Oh my fucking hand. Can I just like put a
Yo, fucking legend with a 25.
Right. No problem, Princess.
Thunder legend. So I've got a just general question here. So I was gonna hit him with other charges like possession and stuff like that, but I decided not to. And this is, I want to start by saying, I think weed being illegal is dumb as shit. I hate going to those calls because, generally speaking, weed is such a non-destructive, like, drug that wasting and potentially risking lives over it just doesn't make any sense to me. However, when we do come across these calls and I look over the series of charges under offenses against public health and morals, a lot of these drug-related charges don't really make any sense. And so I'd like to I'd like to understand kind of what the intent might be and if I understand this properly when applying. So I want to start by saying, in this case, we had somebody that, admitted selling drugs. We had a bunch of prongs that, lined up that there was probably drug sales here. Sure. Right. And so criminal transaction of a drug. Right. But now the question comes into, well, do we separately give the possession? Right. Is the possession is that considered stacking, or is it the intent that the transaction is the combination of it all? And the reason I say that is because you could have transaction of drugs with second degree possession, right? Let's say you had two baggies and you're doing a sale. So do you click those two? Or alternatively, could it potentially be felony possession with intent to distribute in addition to the transaction? It's very confusing It's not noted in the charge itself. And therefore, it's like, is it or is it not stacking? What is the intention for how we're supposed to be kind of lining these things up?
So I think it's somewhat context dependent on the call. Because I think I could see an argument in a case of, let's say you're staking out a place and you see a transaction, and then you find them and they have more possession. You could put both on.
So the intention is to put both the possession amount and the action, which is the transaction.
Yeah. The intention is that it could happen depending on the articulation or up to your discretion in that regard if you wanted to go hard, so to speak.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying, though, right? Like, it's like you're supposed to do both. Like, transaction you would only do by yourself, I guess, from what I'm hearing, that if they have no drugs left, I guess. But otherwise, it's one of the possession charges. Okay.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, and then I guess the second thing is felony possession with intent to distribute. This currently doesn't have any. It mentions large quantities to small quantities. It's a very vague, like, felony possession with intent is extremely vague.
Yeah, I believe this charge existed in this form for.
Oh yeah, this is exactly. I agreed, and even back then we had this issue, where effectively, we want to see 3 transactions, and then, but all that is kind of strange because, like, it's just strange, right? Like, what is it supposed to mean? The only reason I point that out is like, one judge could think X or Y, Z is a lot, well, another, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might think 100's a lot, whereas another judge might think it's not till you get to 500. It's very subjective. Yeah,
it's definitely something we will probably look at.
And does the statute of limitation come into play, right? Like
for trafficking?
For possession of intent to distribute. Because it's talking about a pattern of behavior, and is it like a pattern of behavior in 30 days? It used to. Anyways, I'm kind of pointing it out. This is kind of like outside of my give a shit range, because, like I said, if someone's got a bunch of marijuana, I kind of don't just morally give a fuck. But I figure I'd point it out anyways, just in case it's an interesting point of discussion as to how we should be handling this.
Yeah, you bring up some good points.
Okay.
It's definitely it'll be on the list. There is just a whole lot to go through.
Oh. Okay. Do you also know why all our fines went backwards? Like, these are nothing.
Yeah, the mayor audited the penal code, and I believe the solution, at least at first, is to roll it back to where it used to be, and then go forward from there.
Okay.
I wasn't part of the conversation. I believe Justice Dangerson was.
So, like, are we not trying to take money away from criminals anymore? Like, I'm very confused. These are like, this is absolutely nothing.
I agree. That's why. That's why some of them, most of them, went up in.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, I appreciate it, Your Honor. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. You take care.
Oh, one last thing. Sorry. I haven't been doing much trial work the last 2 years. So our bench trials, do we still have bench trials where both sides just say their piece and then it's reviewed, kind of like a probable cause hearing? Can there be a probable cause hearing which then results in either a case down the line, if so chosen by so let me I'm going to speak very frankly. I think it's kind of insane that we just spent 2 hours on a court case in which the guy literally had a gun and admitted to these things. I get the whole notion of due process, but do we have a option where we can say, look, we can give you a probable cause hearing and then we'll take it to the docket if you really want to fight this shit?
Yeah, that is in some form. There has been a lot of recent discussion around bench trials. I'm sure Maxwell could inform you on that. We are currently looking at solutions for bench trials that might be seen so large that it is unwieldy to deal with in a timely manner.
Because but even this was like 2 hours, right? And I don't want to take away from the guy who wanted to come here, right? I have no problem coming here. But I'm like, 2 hours, and this was like straightforward, right? And I guess what I want to put forward is it would be nice to introduce probable cause hearings, which then can go to the docket for, and I'm just advocating this, you know, y'all do what you got to do, but if they're a clean person, I can understand them needing a full bench, right? Like, but if you've got a record as long as this guy and you're trying to fight shit like this, it'd be nice to have that option of a probable cause hearing. Was there probable cause for these charges? Yes or no? Either the entire thing gets dropped or with the option of going to the docket post facto, right? Because at that point, we as law enforcement can then decide, is it worth our resources to go after someone with a couple bags of drugs on them, right?
Yeah, that is definitely one of the solutions that's been floated around, the idea of, should we ever feel the need to deny a bench trial for any reason, what happens with that? Does the person just get sent? Could we do some kind of
enhanced bail?
Enhanced bail, some sort of PC hearing, and then just push the docket. It's
okay.
The conversation, like, we are actively having the conversation.
Okay,
It is
awesome.
at the forefront.
I appreciate that. Well, thank you so much, Your Honor. And Silas, hey, good.
Thank you.
I see what you're doing there. You were given a tough one, to be honest.
Yeah, they're not all winners.
Nope. All right. Have a good night.
Have a good one.
Thanks, you too.
I didn't have any questions. I was just listening, to be honest.
Okay. All right, cool. We got some good answers on that. All right, there we go. Bench trial W. All right, I'm driving the penumbra now.
Okay.
I'm just saying, all right? How the hell do I have time to go and prove that I can use a fucking vehicle? I got a big W just now, all right, with you, Maxwell.
Nobody knows.
We got that shit. Ain't nobody.
Nobody knows. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
I mean, I care. This way. We're down.
Honestly, you know what? It was the V-Star that won us that court case. They heard that motherfucker heard that vehicle.
This way.
Yep.
You heard the yoke coming in.
Yep.
I was gonna object to V-Star. Objection, yoke.
Oh my God.
Sir, how do you feel? This way, down here. How do you feel about a V-Star with a yoke pulling in?
Easy W.